Yeah, Scottie, strong start to the first round. Obviously put it there close on 18. Just how does it feel to kind of get another solid start here?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, going out this morning, a little softer greens, a little softer fairways, and was able to put up a good score. Yeah, felt like I hit a lot of quality shots today. Felt like my ball striking was really good, and was able to hole a few putts as well. So overall, pretty pleased with the round today.
Course is going to look different next week at Pinehurst, but does it feel like a mindset tune-up here almost, where pars are a good score and you're being patient on the birdies?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a characteristic of most places we go. I feel like for me, I'm always trying to stay as patient as possible, whether or not we're shooting really low scores or shooting around par. I think always trying to plot my way around the golf course for sure.
What was the size of mud on 5, and where was it?
It was on like the top to like right side of the ball, and it was pretty aggressive. I mean, I aimed it 60 yards from where the ball ended up. It's one of those deals where it's like I hit it in the middle of the fairway, and I basically, on that hole specifically, I did not have a good shot to hit because of the mud on the ball. You have absolutely no control over where it's going to go. If I tried to lay it up, like there's nowhere really for me to lay it up. Hindsight, maybe I could have aimed it down the middle of the creek and just see where it would have went, and maybe it goes in one of the fairways. But at the time, that didn't really seem like a great idea, obviously. And so I felt like we tried to do the best we can to kind of get up there somewhere. And yeah, you just can't control it.
Scott, you talked a lot about your excitement for playing Jack's course here. Obviously, you had the practice rounds, but getting out there for the first round today, was your impressions of how the course played and just how it felt out there?
Yeah, I think it's always great coming here to play. I mean, the golf course is always in great shape. I can't remember a year when the greens weren't really good and the fairways weren't in great shape and the rough was high. And so, yeah, they always do a great job here, agronomy-wise, getting the course going. And it's a treat to be able to play in this tournament on Jack's golf course as well.
It's a smaller field, obviously, but to have a leaderboard like this on a Thursday, I mean, what do you think of the names on there?
What's the question?
Just the fact that it's such a strong top of the leaderboard on a Thursday.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I haven't really looked much at the board. I know Ludwig played good.
Yeah,
Xander
yeah. And Victor.
Yeah, I mean it's fun. I think it's nice seeing. I guess it looks like Colin's already 3 under through 5, so it's nice. It's nice seeing some good names up on the leaderboard, and I love being out here competing, and yeah, I'm sure it's shaping up to be another great tournament here in Ohio.
Scottie, how much has the course changed in the last 3 days because of how much rain you guys got?
Yeah, I mean, I was surprised with how firm it was when we first got here on Tuesday. The rain yesterday, I think, really softened it up. But as long as the rain holds off the rest of the week with the winds we're supposed to get, the golf course is going to be really, really challenging. There's so many little areas where you have to put the ball, and when the greens get firm and the wind starts blowing, it can be extremely challenging to hit it into some of those small portions of the greens. Even with wedges in your hands, I think of holes like number 3 and number 14. I mean, it's kind of hard to describe how small they really look back there from the fairway. And like anytime I get it back there on the green on number 3, like where the pin was today, it's a great shot. It's not just a good shot; it's a great shot. And so that's with soft greens. So when the greens get firmer, it's only going to get more challenging.
Did that give you more, a little bit of urgency to go out there and score low today, knowing that it's going to firm up even more as the week goes on?
Not really. I mean, the scores are going to be what the scores are. I'm just going to go out there and try and do the best I can and execute.
I had one more, Scottie. I don't know your history, actually. You're not a pre-major guy, are you? You
typically not. I've done it before. I've kind of mixed it up throughout the year. During the Masters, I've never really played the week before. Or I did it once, and it didn't work out as well as I'd hoped it would. I'm trying to remember. I usually don't like – my thing was always didn't want a huge layoff, like a 4-week layoff before a major. I think 3 weeks would be kind of my max. In terms of how many weeks I would want to take off before major. But outside of that, I typically played the Scottish before the Open Championship.
That's different.
Yeah. Is it?
I guess so. Another time zone. But if they ever came to you with some advice, which they won't, by the way, would you like to see this back to where it was? Memorial Week.
Yeah, I like how you said, because they're not going to ask me.
Might?
No, they're not going to ask me. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to come play the tournament regardless of the date. Would it be more advantageous to have a week off for the U.S. Open? I mean, I guess we'll find out. I'm not really sure, but yeah, we'll see. I'll come play it whether or not it's last week or this week.
But are you a guy, if you had next week, a week before off before the Open, are you someone who would turn up at a Pinehurst on the weekend or before?
So I usually go to the Masters on Sunday, and like I would never. Let's say if this hypothetically, if this tournament was last week and there was a week in between, I don't know what tournament it would be. Let's say there's a tournament and then there's the U.S. Open. I would take that tournament off because I wouldn't want the major to be my third week in a row. I feel like that would be pretty challenging.
Thanks, Scotty.
All right, thanks, y'all.